back. Welcome back. This is Artificially Genuine.
Welcome back.
We got Tweezy and Jay Loke 600 in the building. Thank you, gents, so much for stopping by.
Oh yeah.
Kind of going back into the conversation we had. And Tweezy, what was like a pivotal moment in your life that changed everything for you? You're like, I gotta do this.
Damn.
You know, I believe we all have like quite a few of them. So I'll speak on the ones that were really important to me and the ones that like really like gave me the motivation and like basically like that affirmation or confirmation is like, okay, go. You good. The first one I believe was probably around 2015. And well, let's just start with this. When I first started 2012, 13, the idea of wanting to be in the music industry and be a promoter and work with artists and do shows, to my family, it was crazy. To my family, bro. And, not too much my friends, but like my family, they were just like, what are you doing? Like, what? Because, my grandparents, they raised me. They raised me. They're really my parents at the end of the day. So, and they're straight from Mexico City, dog. And they're from like the 1920s, 1930s. So like that generation, like, yeah, man, they're like, what are you doing? Doing what? How? When? With who?
Yeah.
¿Qué negocios? You know what I'm saying?
Drogas.
Like, yeah, exactly. ¿Qué estás haciendo? And I'm like, listen, this is what I'm doing with these people. I try to explain to them, but no matter how much you explain, it's just not understandable. Even to my parents, you know what I mean? And they're obviously, 40, 50, whatever, you know what I mean? So like you would think they would have a better understanding because they're from the 80s and 90s, but hell no. I just didn't have the support system that like, not too many people do anyways. So, it was what it was. I just kept it pushing, kept doing what I believed in, and just stayed consistent and committed to what I was doing because I believed in myself it was going to work. Yeah. And I believed in myself it was going to do what I believed it was going to do because I had a moment when I was in my early age, and I had some other moments where it took me to like a certain direction. So like I kind of like just brought that forward and just believed in what I'm doing because I just know it's going to go somewhere. Yeah. So fast forward, I finally get a check from Velvet Jones.
Hell yeah.
And the reason they don't give checks like that, but the reason why I got that check was because they didn't have any more money in the vault to give me after the show. So they said, can we write you a check? I said, that's cool, whatever. Yeah. Write me a check. It's no problem. Yeah. But I didn't realize in my head at the time, like, yo, I could show this to my family and they could see what I'm doing is like for real. Or like what I'm doing is like, yo, I'm working like whatever it was that it was going to make them believe, right? So I just had to tell my grandpa, like, hey, I got to go to the bank. If you want to go, we can go to the store or whatever. Let's go. And he's like, what do you got to do at the bank? I show him the check.
God damn.
Yeah. I show him the check, man. And he's like, what's this for? I'm like, oh, this is for the event that I did. This is for the event I did the other day. He's like, no. ¿Te pagan esto? They pay you this much? Or they pay you that? I'm like, it was more than that, but they had to give me a check because they didn't have enough to, give me that. And then plus the online sales, you have to wait for those. So yeah. So he's like, no. I'm like, yeah. So like, I don't know. I just kept driving and he just kept looking at it for like 2 minutes, 3. And then he like looked up and he's like, in Spanish, he's like, you're going to have to think of what you really want to do now, which is either your job, because I was working at a retirement home. I was a CNA.
Okay.
And that's how I was able to like put together my shows and pay the artist, pay the venue and all that. So he's like, you're either going to have to focus on the job or you're going to have to focus on this. And mind you, I had already been bringing in money from previous shows too, but it just didn't click. Like, is that like, what are you doing with it? You know what I mean? What are you doing? Is that legit? Like,
it's like
I don't get it.
Almost.
Yeah. So like just showing the check, a physical check that it came from a music venue where he has dropped me off before. He's like, oh, it's real. I'm like, yeah, it's been real, but you seen the check just makes it real to you. I'm glad. So I thank God that day because I'm like, I made him a believer. I made him a believer while he was alive, you know? And so I was so grateful to do that. So after that, that just gave me the fuel. I was like, let's go. Because then he was able to tell my grandma, and then, you know what I mean? The whole family was like, oh,
Now
okay.
they're on board.
Oh, he getting money.
Yeah, man.
What was the moment for you, bro, that you felt like I want to do music?
Because you're
What was-
young. You should be playing video games, playing outside, but you're in the booth. You're making music. What got you? You're like, I gotta do this.
I still play video games and shit.
Facts.
Like, I'm still on
Fortnite? What you playing, bro? What you playing? Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto?
Fortnite, Call of Duty,
Oh, Call
Grand
of
Theft
Duty.
Auto,
Minecraft.
Xbox? Hey, Xbox or PS?
Oh,
PlayStation.
Oh,
I'm an
Xbox
It's over. Last question of the night, right there, bro. No. Just show.
What's
Yeah.
it called? I don't know. I mean, it's just cool. It's fun and shit.
Yeah, but
I have fun with it.
what was a moment in your life that you were like, okay, I want to start rapping? What was that moment for you? Like, this is it.
When it was the moment when I made my first like actual song,
Yeah.
like in the studio. Cause my first ever song that I made it in the studio and shit.
Okay.
Who took you there, and why did they take you there?
My homegirl, her pops.
Oh
And
shit.
he's OG from my hood.
Oh, what's up? Thank you, man.
From the neighborhood.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And he just saw you?
Shouts out to SLO one for yeah.
Shout out to the homie right there.
Damn.
Yeah. So he just looked at you and he was like, hop in there?
Nah, I made a joke to him. I mean, it was like a half-ass joke. It was like a I'm gonna throw a shot, but I'm gonna I'm gonna put it in as a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, if I get the shot in,
Hell yeah.
I mean,
50-50 chance.
so I was
50-50
just
chance.
I was just like, hey, put me in the booth.
That's right.
Yeah.
He goes, he's like, if you're for, he's like, are you for real? And I was like, shit, I don't know. He's like, I mean, if you're for real, we can talk about it. He's like, let me just finish up, because we were doing her quince. I was part of her quince and shit. So he was just like, all right, like, we'll talk about it after this. So after the quince finished, I mean, I went in.
What was that record about? Was it love?
It's called
Was it
Mayday.
Mayday?
Mayday?
Damn.
Mayday. It's on Spotify.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on all
Yo, go
platforms.
check that shit out. Mayday,
yeah,
J-Lo.
that shit.
Blow that shit up.
JLOCC 600?
That shit was JOOCC 600.
All right.
Okay,
All
On
right.
we
everything.
got you.
Hell
So,
yeah, dog.
What's it called? It's just about where I'm from. Just
Okay.
like, yeah.
Okay.
Do you give us permission to play it at the end of this podcast, this episode?
Play it.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right, you heard it here
Yeah.
Clearance. Artist clearance right here.
Prominent Records gives permission.
All right. Thank you. Free use. We're good.
All right, this one's for Antweezy. Was there a specific book that changed your lifestyle, your mentality that you want to share with the people?
Yo, that was another important pivotal movement in my life, dog. All right, so look. Well, I guess we'll start with how it led to that book. I don't even know, man.
What's it called? We'll start there.
The book is called Three Magic Words.
Okay.
Magic
Yeah.
words.
Look that up. Amazon.
Google that.
Yeah, by U.S. Anderson. And it's a great book. And, you know, the last 3 years has been a lot of shit going on in my life with my family and, you know, me and the wife just having to, I don't know, just, you know, we just had to cut some people off, honestly.
Mhm.
It happens.
And, you know, they happen to be blood, but it's okay because, you know, wisdom started coming to me and then this book started coming to me and, you know, but I don't want to say that those decisions led because of that, but it was just like a lot of like toxicness that was in our life. And not only that, like it had been in my life since I was born in a way.
Mhm.
And so, you know, and my daughter's 14, so she had kind of like felt some of that too, you know what I mean? So it was just going on too much, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so, you know, one thing led to another, you know what I mean? I never like put things out there that like, you know, oh, you know, we're going to just cut this person off. We're going to like, they weren't my intentions. They weren't even my ideas. You know what I mean? Whatever things that happen, that's just my relationship with God
Yeah.
at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, during those times, I pray to God. I just said, yo, like certain things are happening, you know, please protect us, guide us, you know, give us a light, give us, you know what I mean? Just everything, you know what I'm saying? And like, so within time, you know, those things just started happening on their own and things started like separating and connections started getting cut off. you know what I mean, do on their end, you know what I mean? So not necessarily like I had to go do these things, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, thank God that those things happen in those ways so that I didn't have to go put myself out there to go do these things because I didn't even want to do all that at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like that was like real important, you know, real family, you know what I'm saying? And, but either way, you know, so I was just very lost in those times because there was a lot of truth that just came out and then kind of like having like a wake up call and just like, I don't know, it just felt like light, like shit just shut it off and life like just began for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And I picked up a book, 3 Magic Words. I started reading it and, you know, it just started really like make me find myself and know about my truths, you know what I'm saying? And know about who I am, who we could be. And, you know what I mean? Working with the universe and just having a lot of things, you know, really in your possession that, you know, we don't necessarily really know we have every single day, bro. But if we pay attention and take up some time to like soak in some moment and just realize like, yo, what's best for me? What makes me happy? Why am I here? Where am I going? What am I doing? And what are the things that I want to do and purpose and all this shit? You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, in that book, it helped me find re-inspiration for music because like, man, I was just feeling lost, just not wanting to like really fuck with anything. You know what I mean? That's why I left the music industry, deleted Instagram. I didn't even get shit, bro. That shit had like 12,000 followers. Like shit's, I gotta handle shit. I gotta handle life, man. And it ain't nothing to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Because everything I have done, it's all within me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can ever take that away. And I could always come back and do some shit, or we could do it again. But anyways, you know, I found inspiration in that book too, because it talked about a story about Freddie Roach, boxing coach. You know, he coached a lot of boxers. You know, Mike Tyson's one of them. There's a bunch of people, right? He had lost inspiration. He had been like, whoa, you know, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying? Like what's next or whatnot. So, you know, for him, it was about finding the reasons that led him to find that passion and what it was that got him to go in that direction. Yeah, man. So I had to think back. Well, what was it for me? In the beginning, it was skateboarding because I started skating. The local pros around Goleta and everything, Sammy Baptista, Jesse Sylvie, they're from the Shorties team, and I wanted to be like them. So, you know, it was just about like, you know, finding, you know, knowing like, all right, there's a purpose behind it, you know, and what you want to achieve out of it and what you're doing it for and why. So I just had to dig back a lot and just find myself. You know what I'm saying? In a way, and I ain't afraid to say it. You know what I mean? A lot of people go through this shit, you know what I mean? Especially artists. But I had to find my way, find myself, and know exactly what I'm going to do, and then just roll with it, man. So that was another pivotal moment, and that book really helped me. I haven't finished the book because I got ADHD, bro. I can't fucking see me sit down.
You be switching it up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So... but I'm still reading it though. And then even at times when I'm feeling not doubtful, because I don't feel that way no more. You know what I mean? But just like, all right, what are we like? I don't know.
It's a quick pick me up, like, oh yeah, let me re-inspire myself.
Go back to that book real quick. You know what I mean? And just look at some shit.
That's dope. What inspire you? What gets you motivated? Comment down below. We'll be right back.
Let us know.
Yeah.